So you were right, Brianna.
In what way?
Well, you were saying that Elon Musk usually does something to sabotage Tesla, and the guy cannot handle a high stock price for too long
Right.
before he
I
starts doing something. So,
Yeah, my theory is that Elon Musk has plenty of money, and I mean, seriously, like once you get to a certain point, you can never spend it within a lifetime. And is, it's like whoever was with him from the start, things like S&P 500, the split, all of those benefit people who are potentially bearish on the stock or that just wanted to make a quick profit. And so he doesn't like endorsing a sure thing. It's like he's like, well, what can I do to mess this up? Okay, I'm going to take the company private. I'm going to smoke marijuana on national television. I'm going to do an inclusion, whatever. And he's done it every single time. And so, whereas historically you could just predict that it's likely that because it's going to join S&P on XYZ date, that's going to happen. The stock's going to go up really high that date. I don't think that it is. I think that it's going to go up before that, but then there's a way he's going to let it just be a sure thing. It's likely that it's going to rally, but then there's going to be a rapid sell off on that day.
yeah, I agree with you. I think there's a very high probability of a huge sell-off on 21st of
Or
December.
before.
I don't think so. No, no,
I
no.
mean,
I totally disagree with you.
well, I unfortunately for us, you disagree, but I can
Yeah.
tell you that if you hang too long, it's going to be regrettable because historically that's what's always
Oh, yeah,
happened.
absolutely. So, Jeremy says Elon is a huge risk. Did you see his crazy email today? Yeah, so there was, you were super busy today, so you didn't have any idea. So, Electric reported that Elon Musk sent an email to all his employees saying that you need to keep costs in check, cut costs, and increase productivity. Otherwise, the stock price can get crushed. Like he said, something like under a sledgehammer or something.
What
So,
does one have to do with the other?
well, basically, when Tesla stock is going up, then all the employees of Tesla, they are becoming really, really rich. They got stock call options or stock options or whatever. So people get distracted.
That's
They
another reason for
take
him
the.
to sabotage his own
Well,
company.
no, I don't think he's no. Okay, I don't think he's trying to sabotage his company or anything at all. The stock price is a.
He sabotages the shareholders. He has no allegiance to the shareholders whatsoever.
No, I disagree with that. He has allegiance to long-term shareholders.
But you can't differentiate them.
Oh yes, he
I
has.
I mean, no, it's like you can't just. It's going. What he does to the long-term shareholders is it's still going to impact them.
Okay, well, the bottom line is we can talk as much as we want. I'm not an expert on Elon Musk or macro or stuff like that. I'm just looking at the chart. Take a look at the chart there. That's the current Tesla chart. I mean, the stock is super, super stretched. And if you look at it from split adjusted, it's gone from 70 to 600. So, I mean, it's like what, uh, 8 times or something, 9 times. It's gonna, I mean, it could reasonably go up to $700 or something. It's probably gonna start running up pretty soon into 18th of December. But I think there's gonna be a
I
huge sell-off on
there
21st.
it's going to be before then. So I'm telling you that if we get up to a certain really high intraday point and we start to see a rapid sell off, abandon ship, do not get greedy. Don't wait for that
Don't. Okay.
extra. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking to people in general.
Well, don't give them advice.
It happens historically. Telling someone not to be greedy is not advice. It's
Okay.
just stating don't. It's So I think that I agree. It's gonna be a sell off on the 18th. I agree with
Not
this.
on 18th. Not on
I think
18th.
it will. It's a weekend. Nobody's gonna want to sit tight over the weekend, and too much can happen. People are gonna want to just close it out. On top of that, it's a holiday weekend. We're going into Christmas week after that. Nobody's gonna want to wait till the 21st, and they're gonna want to just wash their hands of it Friday and be done. They're going to take their profits, and then that's going to be it. Monday is a holiday week.
Well, you can't know what's
Christmas
gonna
is on
happen.
Friday of the following 1 week from then. Then you have Christmas Eve and then New Year's, and people are going to be planning end of year. So if you speculate too much and you decide to hold on for that extra 3%, 4% that is a possibility, not even a sure thing, it could end up costing anyone a lot.
I disagree with you because
Unfortunately, that's what's happened historically, and I've been right to our detriment. And so,
so you've been right that we have made like 40, 50 times our money in the
no,
last year.
I've been right about when to
So
sell.
yeah, you've been right, but it doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong. It matters how much money you make. So
But when
it's
you
like,
lose a lot because you wait too long to sell, then that's a problem. And so, what I'm saying
no,
is,
no.
don't be sentimental and don't be caught up on inclusion day on the 21st. Don't be caught up on
Hey,
that.
Sagar, and why not go long Bitcoin for 2021? I mean, Bitcoin, yeah, I mean, it looks, we're not going to go into Bitcoin, but I mean, I'm a huge fan of Bitcoin, but I'm not buying it here. It's probably going to go up next year. We'll
I
see.
think Bitcoin is the equivalent of tulip fever, but that's just me.
Well, you are too cynical about everything.
No,
So.
I'm not cynical.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not. There's
You're cynical about Elon Musk, you're cynical about Tesla, you're cynical about Bitcoin. So,
And
what are
unfortunately,
you?
I'm usually right, and that's the problem. And so when
Yeah.
and it's not a good thing to be. So it's not cynical. It's just an outsider looking in, and instead of getting wrapped up in it, like I said, you've got to look at it like a chess match. And when you overplay and you overanalyze your win and you think you've got second, third, fourth move all ahead, then you miss out on the obvious right in front of you. And then instead of looking at the areas that you've done really well and where you've walked away very happy, we focus on where we haven't, and we try to ensure that we don't miss out on every potential increase. And that's the problem. You have to have a point where you say, if it gets to here, I'm okay with that. And there's always going to be something you could have done to make more or have a better structured position.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Always.
Oh my gosh. So, last night I was pretty much awake most of the night, and I was trying to figure out how to position my calls better so I could maximize my profits. And today I could not do it. I mean, I could not pull the trigger at all. Please see all-time log skill chart of Bitcoin seeking for an insane. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin. This is not a video about Bitcoin. It's about Tesla. So I'm not an expert in Bitcoin. You can listen to Dave, whatever his name is, Dave L or Dave T's videos. But Bitcoin, I mean, just to put Bitcoin to rest from a technical standpoint, and you cannot trade Bitcoin if you're not doing a technical trading. I mean, fundamentally, yeah, you can just buy it and hold it, and that's great. So, Bitcoin formed a all-time high in December of 2017. It came close to, but did not eclipse that high so far. I'm gonna wait and I'm going to see if there's a pullback because it's forming a large cup. And if forms a handle, then I might consider going long on some Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is not something, give us a few minutes. Bitcoin is not something that you can put most of your money in. I mean, some people do, but I mean, not me. I'm not interested. I'm only interested in trading Tesla.
I mean, there's a lot
So,
more else out there
yeah,
besides Tesla, but I think it's
yeah.
Bitcoin is not tangible and it's not regulated, and I just don't see. I mean, I don't care what the chart looks like or the fundamentals, whatever. It's just something that could go up in smoke. And
Which Bitcoin?
yeah, and
No, it's
with
not
no,
gonna
in
happen.
theory, there's no infrastructure.
Well, let's not
But
digress
okay,
into
so
Bitcoin,
the
but
whole
I think you have to know about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is here to stay. It's not going to go overnight. No, that's not going to
well,
happen.
I mean, that's I didn't say overnight, but I do think that it's got fundamental issues.
What fundamental
So
issues?
it's not it's there's no actual currency there. You trying to regulate what, and then you're trying to create this
Bitcoin is
own.
not a currency. Bitcoin is an asset that you can transfer from one place to another in the
Yeah.
world. It's like a decentralized asset.
So how
So
did that work so well for? I mean, yeah, but you could equate it with like the euro, and
no,
then
it's
that
not the
doesn't
same
work.
category as euro.
I'm
Euro,
not
you can,
saying it's the
yeah.
same category, but it's the same concept. And so when you've got something that acts, or like gold or whatever, but that's going to fluctuate on other world economies. So without having a regulation, the value is too
I'm
precarious.
gonna trade Bitcoin in my account, and I think I'm gonna do just fine doing technical trading on Bitcoin. But to the matter at hand with Tesla, I mean the chart looks pretty good if you look at the near term, but look at the long term chart, it's like exponentially high. It's definitely going to rally into 18th. I think the buying pressure is going to be immense. There won't be enough sellers, and I mean there's a possibility the buying pressure may continue.
Okay, but that's my fear. Who is going to buy on the 21st? Everyone's going to be selling. So if you wait to sell, especially call options on the
Oh, I agree with
21st,
you.
that's a disaster. That's
That's
why you need to unload it on the 18th,
I
because they're going to go sky high and you sell. If it were stock, then that's a different story. But on the 21st, because stock, you sell it at what it is and it's there. The call options, nobody's going to be buying call options because there's going to be a rapid sell-off on the 21st.
That's why.
So it doesn't make sense to sell on the 21st.
Oh, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. I totally agree with you. You're absolutely right. I am not about to have a nerve-wracking weekend between 18th and 21st and expect like Elon Musk suddenly saying or Tesla saying on Sunday, oh, you know what? We are doing a secondary offering on Monday, and there you go.
Exactly.
You open like 20% down or
This
something
is
happen.
exactly what I just showed you the
I
other
feel
day.
like this is similar to September, October 2013. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I showed
this
you that.
this gentleman or gentlewoman, whoever their name is, DYEGENEH. I feel like this is similar to September, October 2013. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I mean, what happened in 2013? Tesla basically went up, topped on September 30th. October 1st was opened higher and down it went. And it basically bottomed in January of 2014, and then it rallied 250% from $116 to $265. And I was trading it then. And I made a ton of money in that rally. But yeah, back to Tesla. Will the imminent onslaught of potentially bullish events after 1221 prevent? Oh my gosh, that's a great question. Bullish events? I don't know, because Tesla. I mean, a lot of people on YouTube and Twitter have observed this. It's true. Tesla has stopped responding to bullish catalysts. I mean, I lost a ton of money because I was waiting for all these bullish catalysts. I was waiting for battery day. That was a huge letdown.
Oh, he did, but that was because of him. He deliberately sabotaged it. He goes, prepare for battery day to be underwhelming. He deliberately, anytime there's something that's supposed to, well, our delivery numbers may not be that great. Just, I mean, he is not invested in the shareholders. It is all about how he can drive down the price so his company can buy up more. And he has multiple other projects that are driving him. And so at this point, it's not, I mean,
Oh, you are Dawn on Twitter. Okay.
he's not going
Q1, Q2
to,
is surprised we cannot. Okay, so here's my thinking. And I could be totally wrong. My thinking is that Tesla is gonna top on the morning of 21st of December. So I think Tesla is gonna close really, really strong. It's just a hypothesis, but that's what I think based on what's gonna happen. It's going to close really, really strong going into the close of Friday, December 18th, and it's going to open higher on 21st, and there's going to be a huge sell off within the first few minutes. That's what typical of Tesla. I cannot guarantee it, I cannot accurately predict it, nobody knows for sure, but that's just a sort of a hypothesis or a little bit of an intuition. And when Tesla sells off, it's going to sell off really, really fast. See all time log scale of Bitcoin. Okay, all right. So that's how I'm operating, and we'll see. Now, I think now one thing that I'll tell you guys, since you've taken the time out of your busy schedule and watching this video, Tesla currently is about 109% from its 200-day moving average. Go back and look on Market Smith chart. Every single time Tesla has topped, it has been 198 to 200% from the 200-day moving average. So Tesla is about halfway into the move. Tesla is not topping tomorrow. There might be a pullback or there might not be. So I cannot predict what's going to happen tomorrow. Honestly, the chart looks really great to me. But we are pretty much halfway into the move. We've got 14 more trading days left, uh, including the 18th, and then the 15 trading days, 21st. And Tesla is likely to go up 3 times from 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average right now is, okay, let me find what's the number on 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average is about $279.72. So $280. $280. So let's see. It's like 600 divided by $280. That's like twice and 3 times of $280. So you get a approximate target of 840. So my idle speculation that Tesla could go to 1,000 or could go to 1,300 may not actually pan out, or it might. Who knows? I have no idea. But a realistic target would be about 800 or 840. I was severely tempted to go into shorter duration call options. Like instead of having deep in the money, long dated calls, I wanted to buy closer duration calls and even go a little bit up on the strike. And I looked, can you shut the door if you don't mind? And I'll be done in a minute. And I looked and I looked and I spent the last 24 hours doing all this and I just could not pull the trigger. And I guess I'm just going to miss out on any extra profit. But I'm still making decent amount of returns on my portfolio, which is 100% deep in the money Tesla call options. This is probably the last time that I'm playing call options because you really don't want to take your chances too many times with call options. It does not matter whether they are deep in the money or whether they are short dated call options. I mean, the most risky thing that you can do is you can buy out of the money short dated calls. Like, say, for example, you become super crazy and you say, you know what, I'm going to buy February 21st, 2021, $950 call, which is selling for whatever, $10 or something like that. If you get lucky, and you'll probably make money in the short term, but one of those days it's going to come and bite you, and that's going to be very, very painful. I'm learning that lesson in Snapchat right now because I bought a bunch of $65 calls expiring in January 15, 2021 on Snapchat, and so far they are not doing great, but I still have time, and the chart looks really good to me. So Tesla, at this point, anything is possible. Obviously, the most likely event that's going to happen is Tesla is going to continue to rise. We have very limited time between now and 21st, 14 trading days. I think Tesla might have a pullback tomorrow, might not have a pullback. If I look at the intraday chart, it looks like Tesla is going to go up tomorrow. But uh, if the Tesla does pull back, and it pulls back to what's let's see, what's the blue line? Is that the 10-day moving average? Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I mean, if it pulls to 10-day moving average, that would be $534. 21-day moving average is at 494. I personally don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to keep on running up. I mean, nobody can predict uh, day-to-day movement of a stock, but I am using XPEV and LI charts and PLTR, Palantir charts and Neo charts as templates and Moderna charts. Okay, how do you weigh the pros and cons of DITM calls versus buying shares on margin? Okay, so that's a great question. Okay, first of all, it's extremely risky to buy on margin. I know. I have been doing margin and options for 22 years, and I have lost tons of time. I've made money, but I've lost money, and it's very painful. So, margin, you only want to do a margin when you think that you have an edge. Right now, I would probably be doing some margin. I'm not giving you guys investment advice. This is just my personal opinion. But if I did not have DITM calls, I would be doing some margin, and I was on margin until recently. I wouldn't go super crazy with margin, but I would probably go like 20, 30%, 40% on margin. Deep in the money calls give you almost twice the leverage when you buy them at the right point. Now, right now, you're not going to get twice the leverage. You're going to get much less leverage because the implied volatility is super high, it's like 80% or something. So I would not really be going crazy on call options. And everybody and their brother and their cousin and aunt and uncle, they are into call options, so that makes me super uncomfortable. I mean, I really like my position right now because I put this call position deep in the money call position the day after S&P 500 announcement, and I've made about 48% return. The stock has gone up 50%. I made 48% return, and uh, I'm solidly profitable. Even if there's a pullback, it's not going to bother me one bit. But if I were to try to overanalyze and try to outsmart myself and say, you know what, this call is too deep in the money, 200. Why don't I switch to 500? Well, I mean, I might make money, but it'll cause a ton of problems. So I'm not going to do it. Deep in the money call options should only be used when you are when either you think that the stock is at a point where it's going to strongly rally, like 50-day moving average or 200-day moving average, or it's like breaking out from a initial breakout gap. Right now, the gap in Tesla is probably more like an exhaustion gap. I mean, this is not an initial breakaway gap. The initial breakaway, Tesla has had too many breakaway gaps. Too many gaps. The breakaway gap was like in October of 2019. Then you had exhaustion gap in February of 2020. Then you had another breakaway gap in July of 2020. Then this is an exhaustion gap. This is, in my opinion, this is the very last move that Tesla is making, very last move for at least a little while. And what makes me worried is that a lot of people are saying, oh, we're going to hold Tesla till 2030 or 20 XYZ. And, some guy is projecting 40,000 stock price, and, Tesla is it. And we are married to Tesla. Good for you if that's the way you think. That's not the way I feel. I want to make money and I don't want to lose money. So deep in the money calls, I wouldn't really be going into deep in the money calls right now. I mean, yeah, you could make money in the short time. I would probably be steering clear of options. It's kind of late in the game for call options, in my opinion, but that's just my personal opinion. The stock could easily rally 50 to 100% from here because the climax run is going to be amazing. And that's what it's going into. It's going parabolic, and it's in the midpoint of a climax run. It's anybody's guess where the climax run is going to end. It could end at 700, 800. Less likely it could hit 1000, and extremely, extremely unlikely, it's just like fantasy, could exceed that. Okay. What are you thinking about where Palantir is going? Oh, Palantir, I don't even look at it. It's too high for me, and the stock, I don't care. I'm not following most of it. I looked at the chart. I didn't like the chart. It was too stretched. I don't want to deal with it. So I'm in the business of making money, and I want to make money by investing or speculating in a solid company where I don't think it's going to go out of business. So yeah. Model S Plaid or Roadster? Of course, Roadster. Cybertruck and Roadster. All right, guys. So the bottom line is, I kind of, I guess I should be proud of myself that I didn't succumb to the temptation of restructuring my portfolio and making it riskier. And I'm pretty happy with my portfolio. I'm gonna stick it out. Probably gonna strongly consider, I don't know for sure, things could change based on price movement, but I would strongly consider selling it on the 18th and maybe not taking any chances on 21st unless you want to dump it at the open. All right, guys. Hey, Brianna, say goodbye. So, yeah, you got any parting words for
I mean,
our
I
friends?
would say people that don't quit your day job.
Oh, yeah, don't quit your day job. Yeah, yeah. I mean, seriously, it's like, Emmett Peppers is a unique fellow, and there's not too many people who are gonna make it like the guy did. I'm sure there's a bunch of guys who've made like 50, 100 times their money, but I would not be quitting my day job because you never know what's gonna happen in
Well, it's
January.
not just that. It's that, seriously, like anybody with a Robinhood account or any brokerage account thinks that they can just, play the market and
Yeah.
not have to. But, the fact is, it's easy come, easy go. And there is going to be a crash.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
There
Matthew, you're welcome. I appreciate your kind words. Yeah. I mean, this is just gonna Robin Hood. All this thing is gonna go down the tube. I mean, once the market goes down, and I think the writing is on the wall. Tesla stock price. I could be wrong. I mean, it could just keep on going till eternity.
Well,
But
I mean,
that's unlikely. I would
is.
be the big closest thing I would be watching is day-to-day action, and if it starts like running up, like say it starts running 10%, 15%, 20%, 30%, and the stock, look at market smith, measure the 200-day simple moving average, look at the distance between 200-day moving average and the stock price. If the distance is close to 198% or 200%, that might be the top. That's just my opinion, I could be wrong. All right, I need to run, guys. Have a great evening. Bye. Thought Palantir was going. What did you say? I have no idea about Palantir, pal. I really don't. Yeah, all right, take care. Bye.